How can a woman find the right partner and build a healthy relationship?
It all starts from within you. You need to be comfortable with yourself. You need to accept yourself the way you are. Take a pen and paper. Write down all your limiting beliefs about your partner, or perhaps in attracting that partner. Maybe the belief is, I've not been lucky enough. Or maybe it's too late. It's never worked out for me in the past. Write all of this down and
maybe you can share some examples that happens in the past.
inappropriately being touched, if that is what a woman has experienced. A lot of times she has issues in her relationship with her husband. She will not experience that bonding, that physical intimacy with her husband. She's felt very unworthy, maybe because...
What are ways we can build healthy and long relationships?
For healthy and long relationships,
maybe you can share some examples of some experiences that happens in the past, and then later they manifest negatively in women's life.
inappropriately being touched,
Okay.
if that is what a woman has experienced. A lot of times she has issues in her relationship with her husband. She will not experience that bonding, that physical intimacy with her husband, with her partner, because she's had a negative association and experience with her body. That is something which very commonly manifests.
Wow.
Also, if in general she's felt very unworthy, maybe because she's been criticized a lot in the childhood, or perhaps she's just felt not very beautiful, not very comfortable in her body, her skin. Now she will attract people who will perhaps make her feel like, hey, you're not good enough. So she will attract men in her life
Really?
who will perhaps leave her midway. Now she's expecting more out of that person,
Yeah.
but he just gives her a feeling, hey, you're not good enough. So she'll have a relationship which will not last too long, and then she'll have a pattern. People will keep coming into her life only to leave her and make her feel, that she is not good enough.
Wow.
So again, if she is conscious of these patterns and she notices something is happening over and over again, then she can start working towards changing it. So if she constantly feels men are using her, or she's being manipulated, then she must work on understanding, okay, what were the feelings I grew up with? Did I feel similarly, or did I experience something like that even in my childhood? Perhaps in school, if she's been mocked at in school, if people have made fun of her in school, then these things play on the woman's mind. And she will grow up, maybe she will choose a man, or maybe she will go to a home where, she's constantly made to believe that, we're doing you a favor by having you here. So she'll kind of feel that, she just has to fit in now. She doesn't have a choice. She can't choose. She just has to fit in. So these experiences will always show up in her life.
Wow.
And in general, her relationship with her partner, her bonding, her connection with her partner, always and always has to do with how secure she has felt in her childhood.
Wow. So the first step is we need to be aware about what are some traumas from the past that might be impacting our behaviors today. Do you have an example of one of your clients, a woman that came to you with a block or a big trauma and was able to work on it and attract the right partner? And maybe you can share what was the breakthrough.
Yeah. So there were lots of cases like that. I'll give you one particular case where, this woman had experienced abuse, emotional and physical abuse in her childhood. And she obviously was in depression for some time. And when she came to me, she came to me with this feeling that, okay, I'm going to give this one more chance. If this doesn't work, then perhaps, this is how my life is going to be now. So she says, doctor, I'm just giving myself one last chance by working with you, because after this, there's nothing else. I've tried everything possible. And I worked with her very closely, very deeply on her relationship with her father. I realized that a lot of the anger she carried was not only because of the abuse that she experienced, But because, her father essentially was not the kind of father that she always wanted more love and affection from her father, and she expected her father to stand up for her. Even though she had a good relationship with her mother, but somehow she lacked that security, that feeling that her father is there for her. I made her work on forgiveness for her father. And we did a lot of work, a lot of lessons on letting go of, her experiences, specific experiences with her father. And especially the relationship between the parents, you see, always made her attract the wrong partner. Because for her, as she saw her parents not getting along, for her it was always like the man always dominates. Because she found her father always doing that to the mother. So mother eventually would cry, would suppress, sometimes would have an outburst, but would always, not do anything about it. She always was there at home, but she was unhappy. So she always had this feeling that, I am not perhaps going to attract the right partner, because most men are like that. So even if I have someone, eventually I'm going to have to, suppress myself and perhaps just compromise, because life is about compromising, because she saw her mother compromising all the time. So we worked on releasing these feelings towards the father, especially the emotion of anger towards the father. Now, as she started working on releasing the anger towards the father, in general, the compassion she started feeling for herself and for others also started to go up. Because you see, even in our Shastras, our scriptures, overcoming anger, especially, is a very important dharmic principle. Because anger often blocks your energy. It blocks your capacity to think and to even acknowledge how you are feeling. So when she started releasing the anger for the father, she started feeling more at peace with who she was. And then she started to even forgive people, who emotionally and physically abused her. She had such experiences all through her school and her teen years. So that became easy for her. Because, she didn't know that the link is actually the father.
Wow.
It is because she was so frustrated, seeing her mother so frustrated in the house, that she always had this suppression. She didn't know how to express it. Because, a child doesn't know the child is experiencing anger. It just builds up. And so for her, the father was not really doing what he's expected to do. So that really led to more suppression of feelings. And, for her, one emotion that was dominant because of the anger was sadness. She was just sad in general. And as she started working on the emotion of anger, she started to feel a sense of well-being inside her, that feel-good thing, that no, life can be different as well. So automatically, you see, she started experiencing more hope and optimism for a future relationship now that she wanted to attract. In fact, I think after working with her, perhaps 5 or 6 months, because generally I always tell them, you do the practices regularly, it will peak around 6 to 8 months. That's what it does for most people. If they follow these practices with discipline, generally between 6 and 8 months, it peaks for most people. It's exactly what happened with her. I think in less than 6 months, she attracted her partner, and eventually they did get married. And I remember just a few days before she got married, she wrote down a script that this is what my ideal married life is going to be like. And when she had the session with me, she said, "Doctor, I'm not going to do the mistake that I did. All through my childhood and my early teen years, my adult years, I would always go to sleep with the thought that this is how life is. God, give me the strength to cope with all these things." She's saying, now I thank God. I'm grateful that, God, you've given me this life. I know with your grace, I'm going to experience all the good things. You see, so from the victim mentality, you come to accepting that life is more than, what I have experienced. There's so much more to explore and experience. So you open yourself up to these experiences. So for her, working on anger, releasing, these negative associations that she held for her father, helped her attract the right partner. And as far as abuse is concerned, you see, when you work on releasing the emotion, how did you feel when you were abused?
Oh, wow.
When you work on that emotion, you realize that the wrong that has happened to you is not because somebody did it to you. It's because you are carrying within your subconscious mind some memories which really had to show up in the form of these experiences. So actually, when a person works on their emotions, they realize there's no point in blaming anyone.
Yeah.
When she stopped blaming her father, she could also work on releasing, the negativity she carried for the people eventually in her life who also did abuse her. So you develop compassion for self and others when you work on releasing the emotion directly with your subconscious mind. It's as simple as sitting with yourself, acknowledging how you feel, and letting your subconscious mind know, I can let this go. We can do it together. Please let go. So, of course, there's a certain process that you follow, but as you follow that process and you have somebody to guide you to do that process, letting go will be the best thing that will happen to you. And you realize it's not as difficult as we make it out to be, because we are aligned, we are programmed for letting go. Anger, resentment, bitterness, loneliness is not who we are. Who we are is, whole, complete, powerful, strength. That's who we are. We are love. We are peace. So as I work with my subconscious mind without blaming, the moment I blame someone, I lose my power.
Exactly.
So focus has to go within.
Love it.
And when I go within, I start to experience. It's like how you put something in your mouth, slowly you get the taste.
Yeah.
So as you start working on your energy,
Yeah.
as you start gaining an understanding of your subconscious mind, you realize that nothing is impossible. Maybe I've had bitter experiences so far, but that doesn't mean my life is going to be like that now. So somewhere a woman also has to work on her relationship with her parents. In many cases, if the relationship with either the mother or the father is not good, she will suffer in her relationship with her partner. She will either attract the wrong people or she will not be happy in her relationship with her partner. So parents are very important. You cannot ignore your relationship with your parents. That is going to impact you lifelong.
Well, I think there's so much there that I'm excited to explore. On one side, of course, I think one direction is to understand how to let go. But before, because this is such an important topic of letting go, I was coaching one person that she was telling me that all her past relationships, somehow men took advantage of her about money. And by curiosity, I went to the past with her, and we understood that there was a moment in the past where her father used to take money from her when she was getting little jobs just to have some money. And her father used to get money from her. And she developed this belief that men are going to take money from me. And what happened was every relationship, that was the kind of man she attracted. So I just remembered about that. Now, what I want to go from here is what might be some signs that people might experience in their life that is telling there's something that happened in the past that needs to be healed.
I think in general, how are you feeling? In the day, if you are not feeling happy or empowered enough, okay, there could be some days where you could be triggered. Somebody said something and you could get upset. But in general, how are you? Are you a happy person in general? If you are not coming from that space of positivity and happiness, perhaps there is something in your past. Because you see, feelings represent memories sitting inside your subconscious mind.
Can you repeat that again?
Feelings represent memories sitting inside your subconscious mind. And you cannot deny the fact that you may have come with certain tendencies and memories, right? Which is why you notice small children, they exhibit some behaviors and patterns, and you're wondering, and the parents are like, hey, how did the child pick this up? None of us, do that. So definitely, of course, whether you believe in past life or not, we can't deny energy can't be destroyed. So perhaps the child, is coming with some memories and associations, and now the environment further, adds to those memories. So because your memories are constantly replaying inside the subconscious mind, chances are that these feelings that you experience, they are coming from your dominant beliefs sitting inside the subconscious mind. And so in general, if a person wants to know, am I coming from the past? Is my past dominating me or not? Just spend 5 minutes in silent sitting. Just see, are you okay to sit in silence?
We get a lot of comments on our social media, and there's a lot of people struggling with their relationship with their parents. Maybe you can share what is one way that people can forgive or improve their relationship with their parents so that they can move on with their relationships and they can build better relationships?
You see, the Gita says, Swadharma nidanam shriya, paradharma bhayavaha. That means, do your prescribed duty. That is the first thing that you need to keep in mind. Don't interfere in other people's activities and duties. So many times, we are always looking at the wrong that others are doing around me.
Yeah.
Like, you're not doing, mother, you're not doing this. Father, you're not doing this. Father, I'm suffering because of you. Mother, I'm suffering because of you. What is your duty towards them? When it comes to duty, responsibilities, first thing when it comes to parents, you cannot deny the fact, even our Shastras say, the debt you owe them, you cannot repay. Because they have brought you into this world. So first of all, do your duties towards them. If they are dependent on you in any way, make sure that duty is fulfilled, because otherwise it will not help you in the long run. So instead of constantly looking at the wrong that, yes, consciously, unconsciously, parents are feeding wrong information, and sometimes it is happening because they're also trying their best, right? See, they don't know how to deal with their emotions. There is no manual every parent has that this is how I'm supposed to behave with my children. So they are also trying their best. And perhaps they tried their best, or maybe they were not aware enough. All right, it happened. But today, what are you doing? So if you are not doing your duty towards them, then you have no business to correct them. You do your duty. And you do it with love. You see, take the example of Lord Rama. Okay, why was Lord Rama given so much love? Why is he considered to be an avatar of Dharma? Because no matter what the hardships he experienced, he performed his duties and he did it with a lot of love. So he had to go to the forest because he was asked to do it, and he said, I will do it for my father. But he did it with so much love. The same mother who sent him to the forest for 14 years, he comes to her, he touches her feet and says, Mother, I need your blessing. What did he show? People may be wrong. Sometimes elders may be wrong. But you do your duty. If you do your duty, God is there to protect you. What is there? So yes, sometimes I've had clients who come back and tell me that, this is what my parents have done. And yes, sometimes elders will not be right all the time. Things have happened which should not have happened with them. Agreed. But if they are dependent on you in any way, you please do your duty, because if you do your duty, God will protect you. You will feel good. Why do you do good to others? It's because of how it makes you feel, right? So when you are cleansing your own energy in the process of performing your duties, why don't you do it? You do it. And then what will happen is, as you continue working on forgiving them, knowing this, that yes, they are also a product of their environment. They are also carrying memories. Perhaps their parents did not give them the kind of love and attention that they deserved or they wanted. So now what happens? By default, they mimic their parents' parenting styles. So maybe that's why you suffered. So today you realize, maybe they don't realize it yet, but you realize this. Forgive them, because they are your parents. And who doesn't deserve forgiveness? You see, every religious spiritual text will tell you, everyone deserves forgiveness. Everyone should forgive. Life depends on forgiveness. If you don't forgive, what happens? The wrong that they have done will never leave you. Energetically, it will stay with you, and you will do the same thing with your children. Perhaps your partner will also make you feel like that. Why? Because you have not been able to settle or resolve that energy.
Exactly.
You need to forgive your parents. In fact, whenever anybody comes to me saying that, my partner has cheated on me or somebody has done this to me, I tell them, practice forgiveness for them. Also see who else in your life you haven't forgiven. And so many times they hold, grudges, bitterness, resentments for their parents also. You need to forgive. And in forgiving them, you will feel compassionate towards them. And when you send love to them, you will feel more and more love for yourself. Because your relationship with them is affecting your relationship with your own inner child.
Yes.
With your own subconscious mind. And if it's difficult to forgive, a lot of them say, Doctor, I cannot forgive. No, I can't let go of what has happened. I'm suffering because of what they did to me. In that case, just give it to God and say, God, I really want to forgive. Please forgive through me.
Fair.
You please do it through me. And you see how that spirit responds.
Wow. I was having so many goosebumps when you were talking about that. For me, I worked on my relationship with my mother.
Yeah.
And I just clearly remember the moment that shifted. Of course, I did therapy.
Yeah.
But the moment that shifted, there were two moments. One was when I felt like, what's my duty? Whatever, okay, she did whatever she did, but what's my duty? That's when I started asking deeper questions. And the second that really changed everything is that one thing I'm sure, she loved me and she did everything she could to give me. Maybe she didn't do the way I was expecting.
Yeah.
That changed a lot for me, and then I forgive her.
Yeah.
And I feel like forgiveness, it's not about the other person. It's all to do about ourselves.
That's
as you said.
Yes.
It's about working on our forgiveness is about ourselves. And when we are able to forgive, that's what you said, we start having more compassion. We start having more positive feelings, and we start dissolving these negative feelings from the past.
Yes.
And then we are ready not just for relationships, but for our life. So I think for me, forgiveness is one of the most important tools for living a happy life.
Yes.
It's forgiveness. And I'm so
You are
happy.
here to forgive.
Exactly, yeah, wow.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be born again.
Yeah.
In my experience and my understanding, every person who's alive is alive because there is something they have not been able to let go of.
Yeah.
Many times when I have visited someone who's about to perhaps transition, it's those last few moments, and every time I have felt their touch, I've held their hands, I've always felt there is some regret. There is always some negative emotion. Perhaps they're still angry.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're sad. And that's not good. You don't want to live with these emotions. What if one of them happens to be your parent?
Yeah.
You don't want them to go like that, right?
Exactly.
So make sure, at least in your relationships, you don't have any of your relationships and loved ones sleep with this feeling
Exactly.
of anger, resentment, bitterness. Do whatever you can in your capacity. And one of the best things that every individual can do, you make sure that you give positivity wherever you go. You see, you never know. Your positivity can make them heal faster. Perhaps they are angry because maybe your parents don't get along with each other. But if you as their child, will bring them positivity, they will want to also get along with each other. Why? Because they will get inspired with your energy.
Yeah, I think for me, when I was working on with the relationship with my mom, actually I spent a lot of time in Bali, but I was there and I was working on it. But I decided like the way I'm going to see if there's progress is to spend time with my mom. Lovely. And that's what I did. So I spent time with my mom, and today the relationship is much better. And the thing that I'm basically what you're saying, the first step is to understand that everything that happens to you is in your control. Right? That's basically what you are saying.
It's all happening for you.
Exactly. Yeah. So for me, one of the principles that has been helping me the most in life is whenever everything that happens to me, it's my responsibility. So whenever there's something happening, someone did something, rather than start talking about them, I start talking about myself. And that brings the responsibility to me, because that's the only thing I can do. I cannot change the others.
That's right.
And that has been helping me a lot. So the first step for you, it's about, you need to work on yourself.
Yes.
You have the power, and then you work on yourself.
Yes.
Now, okay, this first step is done. Then for people who want to attract the right partner, how can they do that?
Have clarity about what you're seeking in your partner. That is very important. Otherwise, it will just be mere attraction, which will fade away in few months.
But for example, some people, they might have clear about what they want. Like the person that I was coaching, she was clear. She wanted this in the person, but she was attracting exactly the opposite.
Yeah. So first is, if you're clear, then step one has been followed. That you know, maybe you want a partner who's affectionate, loving, kind, compassionate, supportive, right? Expressive, good. Now you know. So subconscious needs to know a direction, na? For example, in the GPS, you need to put the location, right?
Yeah.
So every time, you follow the map, you realize, hey, okay, I have to take a right, I have to take a left. So subconscious needs to give you directions. It needs to have a destination. So what you want in your partner is important. But whatever you want is only a part of it. What are you willing to give? What are you willing to put in your relationships? And I always say this. If you work on your existing relationships, you will attract your life partner very quickly and easily. So supposing I, want my partner to be loving, affectionate, kind, what am I willing to give?
What do you mean?
So for example, let's talk about my existing relationships. What am I willing to put? For example, I perhaps know I need to work on being more communicative and expressive. Maybe I don't give so much time to my people. Yeah. Maybe that's what they've been complaining about. Maybe I'm not that grateful about my relationships. So always take one page and make a column. One side, you write what you want in a partner. Other side, you write what you are willing to give in your relationships.
I see.
So what happens is, it's always a give and take. The energy always has to be balanced. So while you're trying to attract your right life partner, how are you feeling most of the times in the day? Because you see, whoever you go to, you always draw behavior from that person, basis what you're feeling, your vibration basically. Remember, vibration is the primary law. Attraction is only secondary. Attraction follows vibration.
Okay.
So if you're unhappy with any aspect of your life, even if you're clear about what partner you want, you will keep attracting wrong people.
And that's the vibration that we're saying.
That's the vibration.
Okay, I see.
Vibration is made up of your feelings. Feelings are your prolonged thoughts, beliefs, opinions. So, first thing you do is be clear about what you want.
Exactly.
If that is done, do the second step, which is now try to have two sides. One side, what you want in your partner. Other side, fill it up with what you are willing to give. So look at your existing relationships. Look at how you want to improve. Okay, what would you like to give to your partner? What would you want to be like in that relationship? You would want to be grateful, appreciative, happy. Best way to apply that now, even if you don't have the partners in your existing relationships. So you demonstrate to the universe that you're ready for that partner because you're being all of this and more now. So we spoke of manifestation, and people always speak of it in terms of aligning your energy with what you want. You want love? Be loving now. Where? In your existing relationships.
Exactly.
Your environment is there for you to express your love. You want more affection? Maybe you should be more understanding. So are you understanding with your people? Basically, you have to take care of your dominant feelings. Because
what are the dominant feelings?
Dominant feelings, for example, how do you feel most of the times? For example, if somebody, let's say, is late, you're waiting for someone and they arrived late. What is the instant feeling and reaction?
Okay, yeah.
That shows that this is your subconscious dominating you. So, for example, you get angry.
Yeah.
Or you have to wait in a line and you get irritated. Or maybe, you expected something, it did not happen that day. How did you react to it? That shows what your dominant feelings are. So if these dominant feelings most of the times are negative, then you will be delaying this manifestation in your life. So always and always work on your feelings, because ultimately your feelings will make your vibration. And for that, you will have to again look at overcoming your weaknesses and your tendencies. So for example, if anger is a tendency, you will have to work on it. If insensitivity, perhaps you're not very sensitive to other people, then you may end up attracting a partner who's also like that, who will not perhaps do for you what you felt was important. So in your existing relationships lie the key to your relationship with your partner, especially when it comes to attraction. And you see, every day, if you do some self-audit, self-reflection, and one easy way to do that, which really worked personally for me, as I did it years back, was when I would come to bed at night, I would just look at my day. No pen, paper, nothing. I'm lying down. I just review my day. Whenever I would review my day, I would always get the answer, hey, I should have spoken more politely. Hey, I could have helped this person. I didn't do it. So you see, you don't come from finding fault with yourself, and don't say, hey, you are really bad. But you come from, hey, I could have done better. I could have been more loving. So you see, you are training your subconscious mind to help you be more of that the next day. And that really is very helpful. In fact, every person who starts doing the self-review at night, just take a minute, look back at your day and ask yourself, hey, what could I have done better? Most of the times it will be the feelings, right? I could have been loving, I could have been kind, I could have been polite, I could have been helpful, I could have been more expressive, I could have been truthful. That's what you want in your partner most of the times. So you open space and doors for that energy of that partner to come into your life if you are managing your current life situations and relationships well. Another thing which often is perhaps lacking when it comes to attracting a partner is that positive self-talk. Maybe, you don't expect to have that partner. Perhaps you feel, hey, you know what, it's not easy for me. Or I'm not very lucky. So negative beliefs as such come in the way.
Like I'm not worth of someone like that?
And perhaps you're not aware.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you're not aware. But this is the echo. Every time you're looking at, maybe finding your partner. Maybe you're talking to someone about it. And the feeling internally is, hey, this has not happened for me yet. So somewhere a negative signal is going out there that you're not ready for it. So what to do? Take a pen and paper. Write down all your limiting beliefs about your partner, or perhaps in attracting that partner. Maybe the belief is, I'm not been lucky enough. Or maybe it's too late. Or perhaps, it's never worked out for me in the past.
Or I will never find that person.
I will never find. It may not happen at all. Now, write all of this down and challenge it. For example, it's too late. Hey, people have had, these things happening for themselves pretty late in their life. Maybe I'll attract the person at the right time. Perhaps maybe there's a divine timing involved here. So challenge it, number one. Do some self-talk over every statement. You know why? Self-talk, you're involving your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So the logical side, the reasoning side is also, evaluation is also being done here. You're evaluating things for what they are. That's a very good way to actually train your subconscious mind to not accept this as truth. So challenge it. Secondly, convert every negative belief into a positive statement.
Nice.
Now, these should form your affirmations. So people normally use, easy affirmations, ready affirmations from the internet. Those may not align with your needs.
Exactly.
Rather, your affirmations could be, I'm worthy of a wonderful partner who makes me feel fulfilled. I'm lucky when it comes to my relationships. I manifest whatever I want with ease and joy. Now, I know those may not seem true for us, but please understand, your subconscious mind was not programmed in a day. You kept hearing, kept watching, kept absorbing, right? Don't undermine the value of words. Only thing remember, Words have to be spoken when you're relaxed. So affirmations normally don't work. Why? You're not in a relaxed state when you're affirming. You should affirm with authority. Morning when you wake up, no? Spend 2-5 minutes. Relax your body first. Do some silent sitting. Do some breathing. Do some form of relaxation. Once you get into the relaxed state, now you speak out your affirmations. One by one. I deserve a wonderful partner. I am worthy. I deserve all the good qualities in my partner. The universe is helping me get closer and closer towards my dream life. So these little things, if you affirm in the morning. In fact, one little statement which I used to affirm, which helped me align with the energy, was, I am love. I am love. I don't need to seek love. So when I feel I am love, I align with the energy, I will attract a very loving partner. Universe will bring it for me. I just need to feel it. So morning, similarly at night before you go to bed. Again, get into a relaxed state. By default at night, most people are relaxed. So if that is the case with you, good. If not, if you're perhaps maybe upset about something, if you're a little irritated, then get into a relaxed state. Sit straight. Spine has to be erect. Remember, in relaxation, of course you can lie down and do it. But you see, if you sit straight, then you're able to control your mind. You may not be able to control your mind when you're lying down. Because energy travels up through your spine. It goes up. So if you're sitting straight, which is why in meditation we say silent sitting, not silent lying down. There's a reason. As Lord Krishna says, no? Sarva dharma parityaga mamekam sharanam vraja. Just perform all actions as an offering to me. So if you inculcate that spirit, no? I'm doing everything. Now I'm doing my best. Rest I leave to God. You will not have that pressure. And if something wrong has happened in the past by you, please remind yourself, listen, maybe I was not aware. Maybe I did not do my best. Or maybe I did my best, it was not good enough. Now God will take care of it. God forgives everyone. I also deserve forgiveness. So somewhere, no, positive self-talk will keep you going. In the day, supposing negative thoughts are bothering you, please take a minute or two to deal with them. Even if you're at work, it's very doable. Take a minute or two. Start taking a few deep breaths and please remind yourself, no, if it's guilt, no, I also deserve forgiveness. God forgives everyone. He will forgive me also. From now on, what good you can do in your life, that is important. You are alive, that means God has hope that you will do well. So even if a lot of bad has happened, the life that you're about to lead does not depend on what has happened. So if you want to attract a wonderful life partner, be grateful for your existing relationships. But hold on to that thought that this is what you're looking for in your partner, that you deserve such a partner. And for that, keep loving yourself, keep forgiving yourself. And if you really want to develop enthusiasm, right, excitement and passion for this relationship that is about to come, then visualize it. Visualize it. Now, even if you don't have a person in mind, absolutely okay. Visualize talking to a loved one about how happy your partner has made you feel. And it's so simple and it's so practical. See, most of the times when, something works out well for us, you'll always share it with a loved one, perhaps with your mother, your father, your sister, friend. Just visualize talking about your love life. And you see how you will start feeling those emotions from within. That is powerful enough for the subconscious mind to know, oh, that's what we want. Oh, so do we have this? It will check. Do you have this partner in real? If not, it will want to bring this partner to match your reality with your feeling. So this is a wonderful thing which is happening all inside you. You just have to get started with the process. And you don't really have to spend hours and hours to do this. Like a lot of people say, Doctor, I've been writing for 10,000 times. I deserve a wonderful life partner. Doctor, I've been affirming for 1,000 times every day. No. We don't need to do that. Give yourself 20-30 minutes in the day. Engage with your goals. You can journal, write down a few times. Speak aloud, morning, night, like we said, speak affirmations. You don't need to do it all the time. All the time, what you need to do, honestly, is work on emotions.
Exactly.
Every few hours, just deal with a negative emotion. If you do that much, and you stay engaged with your goals should be on top of your mind, but they can't be on your mind 24/7. If you do that, you lose the essence of life.
Exactly.
You are not here only to go after too much. Excess attention and focus on the desire is not good. It creates too much attachment.
Oh, yeah. But I think there's where in the past, I struggle with that balance between actually the balance between chasing something or attracting something, which is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So how can we have a good balance between, okay, I'm present, I'm taking actions, but I don't feel I'm chasing. What's your advice?
You have to build faith.
Oh.
Faith is missing. You see, if you don't believe in someone, you will have to repeat your request thousands of times. Hey, you'll do it, right? You're sure you'll be able to do it? You'll remember to do it, right? But if you trust the person, you will say that to the person once. Hey, please do it. Because you trust. Are you trusting yourself? See, in my opinion, self-belief is the key to building faith in the universe.
Okay, we found the person. So now comes on how, okay, now for people who are now in the relationship, what are ways we can build like healthy and long relationships?
For healthy and long relationships, first of all, please continue keeping yourself happy. So now that you've attracted your partner,
exactly, don't just stop,
mean
right?
You stop all the work. Now it's even more important.
Okay.
Take it like a personal sadhana. See, how do you brush your teeth every day? Personal hygiene is maintained on a daily basis, right? Similarly, your 45 minutes to 1 hour to yourself, you must give.
Okay.
Don't give so much importance to your partner that you stop giving any time to yourself.
I see.
Because that's what happens, new relationship, right? New love found. Now partner becomes everything for you.
Yeah.
You start your day with the partner, end your day with the partner. You expect your partner to be there with you all the time.
Yeah.
No, please remember your partner also needs space and you need space for your growth. So please make sure your personal sadhana is maintained. What you were doing and what helped you find the partner, please continue. Continue working on self-love. And have some good statements to affirm every day. For example, now that you have a partner, please remind yourself the importance of the happy and healthy, harmonious relationship you want to keep.
Yeah.
So in the morning, it's a good time to always wake up with some of these thoughts. I'm grateful for my partner. My partner's bringing joy in my life. I'm bringing joy in my partner's life. We are beautifully aligned with each other. We add value to each other's life. And if you have goals together, please make sure that you have that in your goal list now. You may be having goals together now. Perhaps, you want to maybe move to a new city. Maybe, you want to attract a new job so that the two of you perhaps have more time for each other. Maybe you want a dream house. Whatever your goals are, you can have partner goals. You can have these goals. Two of you can work together. One exercise I always believe couples should do together is pray together. If you pray together, you will never be unhappy with each other. So whether it's in the morning or evening or night before you sleep, hold each other's hands and pray. Because if you do this even for 2 minutes, in holding hands and praying, you give all your negativity to God. Even if you had problems with each other. And don't stop this practice the day you had an argument. Like I said, certain practices you say, look, we didn't agree with each other, but we still love each other. So this practice of praying together. Now, one common prayer every family can have. Maybe they can have few lines together. Dear God, we offer this day to you. Thank you for being with us. Please keep inspiring us, guiding us. Please show us the way. Please help us stay positive and happy. Simple, few lines. Say it together. Memorize it. Trust me, partners who say this together, they will never ever have problems. Yeah, they may be unhappy with each other here and there, but they will always work a way out. Couples who pray together will stay together. This is something that will always happen. So do that. And of course, no matter how busy you are, please make sure you have some time for each other. And I know today's lifestyles are such where really people don't have time for each other. Perhaps, you have obligations, you have responsibilities. Maybe squeeze in some time before you sleep. But talk. Ask your partner, how was your day? You also allow your partner to speak. Sometimes we are doing all the talking and then the partner is so tired they've gone to sleep. Right? So make sure your partner gets that space, that time and that energy from you, that you're willing to listen. Sometimes all they need after a tiring, stressful days, I come home, someone is there to listen.
Exactly.
So why don't you try to be the listener here?
Yeah.
You be the listener. And if you feel your partner is not taking initiative in certain things, don't keep count and score. I took initiative thrice. You took initiative only once. I did this 5 times. You came to my mother's house once. I have come to your parents' house 4 times. Don't keep scores. You're doing it out of love, no?
Yeah.
Then why did you do it? Do it out of love. Respect each other's family. A lot of problems are happening between couples leading to divorces where they are not respecting each other's families. Marriage is a union of families along with 2 people. Please respect each other's families. You may not get along, you may not be very close to them. Respect should be maintained. See, if you respect your partner and his family, or you respect your partner and her family, whether you're a man or a woman, then you see, you will allow communication to always be on. And you see, then your words, your tone should not be an excuse for the partner saying, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You speak well, speak softly. See, one thing all of us have to practice. Speak softly. We've started speaking so loudly.
Yeah.
That is not how we usually were. So somewhere take care of your tone, your pitch. Whatever you want to say, say it nicely. If you felt bad, sometimes hold your partner's hand and say, I'm very hurt by what you did. I felt very bad. You see, when you do that, you involve touch, you involve sensitivity, and you express. Most of the times your partner will understand. But if you come from a space of anger, and I know it has to be practiced, I'm not saying that you will be a pro from day one.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you try. See, as it is when you speak well, you speak softly, you feel so good. And please don't forget, tomorrow you will have children. They will by default pick up your energy, whether you say anything to them or not. Just being around them, they will pick up your energy. So make sure in the house there are certain rules. And in marriage, I've always, when I've counseled couples together also, I always tell them, don't point out your partner's mistakes in front of others.
Yeah.
You want to say anything to each other, say it when you're alone with each other. Don't say it in front of others. Because the other partner will feel embarrassed, ashamed, angry, hurt. If you follow this basic rule, what will happen is, then you're talking to resolve, not talking to put each other down. That rule you maintain. And tone of talking, your pitch, your tone, your volume, the words you use. You use words nicely to make the other person understand and involve touch. Sit down. Don't stand up and talk. Make your partner also sit. And if you feel partner is completely not willing to talk right now, wait for some time. Let them feel a little better, sort themselves out and then talk. But try and not sleep with anger. So you give a hug and a kiss. It's okay if they didn't give you a hug and a kiss back. But you see, they will feel that connection and love from you. And trust me, marriage is a union of 2 people together. When you find that love, it's the best thing to happen to you. Best thing to happen to you. So value it. Make the most of it. And remember this, if your partner is unhappy, especially women in the house are unhappy, prosperity will be blocked. Okay. Mother Lakshmi,
Oh, yeah.
So prosperity will only come in the house if women are happy. So please don't make women shed tears in the house. Keep your wife, keep your partner happy. There will always be prosperity and abundance.
So nice. Okay, we're coming to the end. I have only one more question.
Yes.
Which is like women come to you with so many questions, but what is one question that women, they don't ask you enough and you would love them to ask you?
I think what they don't ask me enough is perhaps do I need to work on this lifelong? Most of them come with a temporary problem, asking for a solution, right? They want a solution immediately. But most of them are thinking only short term. They should be asking me, or perhaps wanting to know more about, hey, how do I stay fulfilled and happy all through my life?
Oh,
Most of the times
nice.
it's seeking a solution to a problem, right?
Yeah.
But how do you now, after the problem, there will be another problem.
Yeah.
Then will be another problem. So more in terms of how can I stay consistent and continue working on myself rather than, doctor, I want my husband to change. Doctor, I want to conceive. Or perhaps, doctor, I want to attract, manifest this life partner, this job. Rather, think in terms of, okay, how do I stay fulfilled and happy and joyful all through my life? Maybe if they're thinking from that perspective, these problems will not seem big enough anymore. Because now you have the ultimate vision and purpose in mind.
Yeah.
So maybe looking beyond just your problem, looking at ultimate solution, maybe spiritual solutions to everything.
Yeah.
Rather than just looking at how to resolve this immediate problem. Look at how life in general can be more sorted, maybe more divine, more fulfilled.
Yeah, and maybe that will take care of all the other problems.
Everything else, eventually.
So nice. Wow, this was such a beautiful conversation. I am so glad we did. I love your energy and your passion.
Thank you.
And I think we shared so much. And now I think women can feel more empowered on looking for the right partner. And also to build more healthy relationships.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and all the very best to you for the amazing work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Namaste.